throughout the articles Craving the Other by Solil Ho and Out of the Frying Pan by Sarah Jane Stratford, there are distinct similarities and differences in which guide the reader through a journey of two different articles focused mainly on food, however with two completely different lenses. One of the main differences of the two is that in the Craving article, it is a narrative-based essay written in the first-person tense. However, the Pan article is more of a research paper setup where it is written through the lens of third person. Another key difference is that the basis of the Craving article is to show how people are trying to understand certain cultures by trying their foods. However, if there is a, quote, dish that hasn't been eaten or reimagined by a white person, does it really exist, end quote. Quote, a thing can't be authentic if it's allowed the power to change, end quote. And that is a distinct factor throughout this article. Whereas the surrounding focus of the Pan article is to show the progress of society in the world of gender equality in the kitchen and the amount of chemicals that we inject through our food on a daily basis. It shows that during the wartime industry, many appliances were made to make other people's lives easier, and it has shown how lazy that we have become in the kitchen and in the workplace because now we have all these products to do what we used to do for us. The beginning of this article starts with New York Times author Michael Pollan, who suggests that quote, the value of good scratch cooking was a bit of wisdom and that some American feminists thoughtlessly trampled in the rush to get women out of the kitchen, end quote. This led to the epidemic during the wars where pre-made and frozen food were appearing in the aisles of the grocery stores. Advertising also played a large role in this too. Their main message was, quote, we've taken care of it for you so you don't have to worry about it, end quote. And, quote, if mothers felt guilty for not cooking or questioned whether cake mix could really replace a recipe made from scratch, advertisers, which are created specifically to basically brainwash their viewers, reassured them, end quote. The two articles are similar in that they both follow a sort of chronological pattern. In the Craving article, we first see Ho as a kid who wanted to eat classic American junk food like Pop-Tarts and chips, like every other kid. Then we see her progress to feeling more comfortable sharing about her culture and feeling connections to other students when they note that they love one of the famous Vietnamese foods that she eats all the time, pho. This transitions to her being excited about taking other friends out to dinner with her so they can see the best and most authentic dishes to order, and then the article wraps up with her being kind of upset about her race because it's not as authentic anymore since Americans are basically taking it over and modernizing it. Similarly, in the Pan article, it begins with a quote from author Michael Pollan suggesting the value of good scratch cooking. He also discusses a book he recently released called Cooked, A Natural History of Transformation. Then the article moves on to explaining what it meant to live in a modern society and how three buzzwords of them are convenient, clean, and healthy. After, the article moves into describing life during wartime and how there were many wartime inventions that strive to make life easier by designing household products that would do the work for you, such as dishwashers, washing machines, vacuum cleaners, and many more. Then it transitions when you see these new wartime essentials that every household has to have, and the power of persuasion for them through advertisements. And finally, ending with a meaningful quote stating, quote, cooking is vital to the physical and emotional health of humans and their environment. But today's advertising and agribusiness still rule the roost, and we inject more chemicals than ever, end quote. Thank you.